First things first is the Invoicing and Job Records page is going to look different than what you see today. We have done a pretty big rebuild. So 2.0 is not just about the quoting tool. There are a lot of big financial improvements and things along that nature to help get better outcomes with a lot of different tools within the software. So Invoicing and Job Records is a great place to start here because after you upgrade, you need to always be using this tool. The first hour or two while you're in the process of upgrade, you want to make sure that you see this page and not the old invoicing page. So the first thing is the date picker on the bottom there. Pick a date. You at this time can only pick one date. The eventual goal would be that you'd be able to process multiple days at the same time. So, okay, this is a good example here because we don't have a timesheet on this job because we didn't really clean it. Cool. At the beginning of the top of the page, it's going to look different. There is an audit trail at the top of the page where you can see the jobs that have been invoiced, closed, versus the total revenue tips. And then if the jobs have been processed, at the beginning here, there'll be no process yet. There'll be an audit log here as to who did the processing at that point. So a couple things to take note of is that this page is combining the two previous invoice pages that existed. So we have done a couple things here also for additional that are kind of transparent. So previously when you ran this page, it processed the card's browser side. So if there was an interruption to your web service, you could interrupt your credit card processing. Now this sends a message to the server. It processes all the information server side and then sends all the information back to your browser when it's done. So any interruption to your internet, things like that can no longer have an effect. On a rare occasion where there'd be like a duplicate of a charge, that was because there was some sort of interruption to your browser. That cannot happen any longer. That's been addressed. The other things to kind of take note of on this page are you can edit the job much easier from this screen by just simply hitting edit job, making any adjustments that you need to do on the job right from here. You can also, right from the job, modify rates much easier. So there are 4 different columns here. So there's cleaning extras, things like if you're doing a carpet cleaning or some sort of special that you had. So this customer, let's say they had an oven. Those can be one time, and this can be by items or by square footage. Or you can also now create recurring extras like linens and things like that that you're going to add to future jobs right from the screen. Same thing with discounts as well. If you have a discount that you've created, like save 20%, you could actually create a recurring discount now from the screen or from when you're setting up the job, have a start date and an end date, and allow this job to basically have a discount that runs for like 3 months. So let's say you have a promotion running, save $10 off your first 3 months of cleaning with your company. You can set that up. Or if you're save 100, you could basically look at their first 4 cleanings and set a time frame for that. So that's now possible. So I'm going to apply a discount. You can add a room if there's a room log to this that you've created with prices per room. And we haven't set that up in this example. And then if you just don't know what, if it doesn't apply to something that that you've previously set up, you can do a custom, item here where we're going to take off $20 and we're going to take off 15 minutes. And this will affect the employee's pay as well. It'll take that off the pay. So all of those can be done on the fly, making, multiple adjustments all at once, and wait for that to save. So all of that basically happened in real time as we were making adjustments to the house. You can also add a credit card from this screen, much easier. And then if a customer has multiple credit cards, you can actually flip back and forth between them from the screen. Is this yesterday? We don't have timesheets on a lot of jobs on this, so I'm going to just create it anyway. So this will actually show you what happens if there are no timesheets. That's actually logic that's by default. Let's see why.
Cameron said, go ahead and reload the page. He fixed it.
Yeah, sorry. It wouldn't let me unmute for some reason, but I figured it out.
Okay.
That's probably why that server error, that error came up, is because I fixed it, but you were trying to create invoices with it not fixed.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's, I was trying to tell you.
You were creating the time records while I was working, basically.
Yeah, I saw that they were messed up because I thought you were going to be doing yesterday's and not today, so I didn't touch them.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize today. Okay, I didn't realize it was the 14th today. I'm sorry. I thought that was yesterday. My bad.
You're good.
So create invoices and charge jobs. So all of this basically is happening on the same page now. The one thing, because this is a test account, it's not going to show is what happens when a card declines. So that is an improved workflow as well. I'm only starting with this page first because this is going to be software, part of the software that you currently use day to day. And I just want it to be clear that this change is occurring, and that this is now a slightly different look and feel. So this has been processed. Give it one last second for the server to send back the information to the page. So we had 10 jobs, only 8 were invoiced. So that would be a red flag to me right here. And the issue would be, in this particular case, I didn't have timesheets on this job, but it could also be if you had jobs that had other billing terms, perhaps they are batch invoice or something like that. But I think it's because, let's see, what do we have that didn't also process?
A check. It shows.
I see the check, but that actually should have created an invoice. This is oh, there's no timesheet on this one either, though. That's why. No timesheets either. And it was a skip though. So it did charge this. And that, I do believe this is the other one that we're looking at though, that didn't get it. We are charging them $25, but we don't have their credit card on file. So we didn't do that. Or it could well be, this one's not connected to QuickBooks. Was this a new customer in QuickBooks? Matt test? I guess it is. This is me playing around. So these are the two here actually at the top that were not created. There was no timesheets on this one. This wasn't created yet. There's no credit card on here, but we can still create an invoice and then call that customer. Or in the case where you have card declines now, all of your declines are going to be listed here, and there'll be a workflow to get those cards processed right away. So I just brought this forward as kind of a major enhancement.